You can't disclose stuff about your clients. That makes you a horrible agent. So pick another career.
That's what got me.
You can't sit there, and talk shit about your client.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Las Patronas. My name is Luz Corral, the credit expert, and I'm here with my beautiful wife,
Alicia, the real estate expert.
Super excited because I'm always trying to get my wife out of her comfort zone. I know she has her ways, and that's totally fine. But sometimes you just got to give the audience a little bit of more juicy topics. And I was actually using ChatGPT. It shows there that the most trendy conversations or topics for a podcast, one of them was pop culture and entertainment. I know that we do have a lot to say, especially me, about pop culture and entertainment. So what is something that we're watching now and why?
Well, for me, I wanted to really make this podcast about finance, money, real estate investments, things that we are experts in. So I'm going to kind of intertwine that with pop culture and entertainment. I'm going to bring up the biggest BS I recently saw on TV, which was the Housewives. We love the Housewives. I don't know what it is about the Housewives, but they get us going. And I love fashion and the houses. And anyhow, I can't believe that this was even aired, because I'm thinking to myself, everybody that is in real estate knows that this is such bull. Okay. One of the housewives states that she helped another housewife get into a home. And then now that housewife can't afford to pay her rent. And so she's back in rent and they're going to have to evict her. And she even cries and gets all emotional about the fact that it's her reputation, her career on the line. And that's such a freaking lie.
Yeah.
When you are representing the tenant or you are representing the actual owner, you have your due diligence. You're supposed to represent your client. So if I had a client that didn't pay their rent like they said they were supposed to, we don't vouch for people. We have to obviously show income. We have to show assets. We have to show credit. There's a whole bunch of things that we're supposed to be responsible for as an agent. And it's not the buyer's agent or the tenant's agent responsibility, which in this case, she was the tenant's agent. It is not her responsibility to turn around and prove to the owner why this is a great candidate, that it's her, the owner's agent, to go back to her client and do their due diligence and make sure that this person can pay the rent.
But what if she was representing both?
Okay, if you're representing both, which she wasn't, because in the episode she states that the agent stopped speaking to her and stopped returning her calls.
True, I did forget about that part.
And I'm like, you're so full of it.
So dramatic, but I believe Gina makes everything about herself. And I know you didn't want to mention her name, but who cares? She's not going to watch this.
And if you do, dude, as an agent, I'm going to recommend that you really think about what is coming out of your mouth more than you think about what clients are putting into what homes. Because as an agent, you're looking really dumb. Everybody that is an agent knows that that's not how it works. I don't vouch for you. The agent that's representing the actual owner needs to provide the necessary items to confirm that this person can pay. And I've had some of my clients go into default, and I've had some of my clients have financial hardships. And how dare you criticize someone that's going through it? You yourself went through it. You should be there and support each other, not sit there and talk crap about your client and how they can't pay and then go around telling everyone else. That's another thing. I know this is reality TV and she did it for the views. You can't disclose stuff about your clients. That makes you a horrible agent. So pick another career.
That's what got me.
You can't sit there, and talk shit about your client.
Yeah, that's what got me more than anything else. The fact that she was talking about the financials of her client on national TV.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, number one. Number two, then I turn around and I kind of know this because I've been with a realtor for quite a bit of time and because of my background. But at the end of the day, you can say, yeah, this is my friend. This is my cousin. This is my... But you still have to do, like you said, your due diligence. Now, did she co-sign for her? Is that what happened? Is that why she's making it such a big deal? Because I feel like Gina makes everything about herself. I'm sorry, but no matter whose issue it is, it's always hers. And hers is bigger than everyone else's. I'm so glad you brought that up. I totally have forgotten about that. But I love...
it's a huge lie.
It is a huge lie. Like, who does like, oh, my reputation and this? Doesn't mean that if you go sell houses and they foreclose on the properties, you're going to lose your reputation because your buyers can't afford, or one of your buyers couldn't afford the house. That's crazy.
I provide the information that I have, and I put together the strongest packages for my clients to get their offers or their leases accepted. However, I am not responsible for the fact that they're going through a divorce. Clearly, the owner knew that they were going through a divorce.
And she said that she's never in her life has had a credit card. She did say it herself. So I'm pretty sure she either has no credit or she has bad credit. So
call us if you do, hon.
Yes.
We can help you out.
What's the other one's name?
Oh my gosh,
the
I
yoga?
can't think of right now.
I know, but they're destroying her. Honestly, I saw the clips for the next episode. And even the attorney, what's her name? I don't know what her name is. The attorney that is no longer an attorney. She's a housewife now. I actually never saw her working, but regardless, that's another topic. Now they're really making fun of her now having money.
Yeah.
Like they're really mocking her and like bullying her. Like, what is this, high school? It's so messed up though.
It's so crazy because most people, I've had so many clients that go through divorce. I think the last time I lost count, it was 100 and something clients that I've helped. And that is the toughest time for a person. It's divorce, loss of a loved one, and recessions. And when obviously your loved one is ill. So I get they want that conflict, but especially with something, when you hold a real estate license, you hold an obligation and you are morally and ethically stating that you're going to do what's best for your client, and talking crap about them on national TV is never, ever okay. So.
It's not okay to talk about it in a private setting either. It's just no one's business. You know, that's not professional whatsoever. So
I think she could sue her.
I think so too. I really do think so, especially because you are putting your personal life out there. I'm pretty sure the housewives have been through so much that they probably have all kinds of protection.
Yeah.
Because they sued each other. They've done a whole bunch of shit. So I don't want to be part of that combo. But yeah, be nice.
That's
God
a
damn.
lie. I see a lot of things are such a lie because I've been doing real estate for over 2 decades, and I know there's so many things. And obviously, it's TV. You can't believe what you see. I have to constantly tell my clients this. They see things and well, on TV, but then also the market shifts daily. So if you're watching something, it was probably filmed a couple months ago. So we have to really not believe TV, just like the news.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about us, when we watched The Housewives, and I love how we sit down and we pause the episodes to talk about what's going on. Honestly, it's so much fun because we're good. We should be on one of those TV shows behind the scenes. I don't know about me, but every time I see someone crying behind the screen, when it's a funny cry, like the Kim Kardashian cry, or some of us cry really ugly. So I laugh.
I can't cry ugly. I don't know who cries pretty.
There's some people that cry, but it's like a sad cry. You can't make fun of them. But I make fun of the housewives when they cry because it's hilarious. Skipping shows, we were watching the Housewives of New Jersey, and then tell them about when they were having that dinner setting. And then Teresa's no violence, no pushing each other. And I'm like, says the one who flipped the table.
I know, but that was so long ago.
It doesn't matter.
She's namaste now. She's namaste. And unfortunately, she's also going through some legal issues
crazy
now.
Yeah,
you have to be on reality show.
I mean, honestly, it's fun. I love them for giving us this because it's so juicy and so cool. But like you said, at the end of the day, there are some things that they do for views only and for drama. Yeah. It was not about you. Really, it wasn't about you. Why did you make it about yourself and go and put this poor girl?
Show? It was Vanderpump. What was it that somebody said something about bad credit?
It was Vanderpump Rules. It was Tom Sandoval speaking about Jack's credit, saying that that his credit was fucked up. He basically said that. We have the clip.
Here we go. Bring up the past. Let's bring up the past. Reflect. Yeah, who doesn't like the past being brought up? Hypocrites and people with bad credit. So there you go, dude.
So he said, fix your credit or raise your credit or you have fucked up credit, something like that. So I don't know, Jax, if you're hearing this, also give us a call. I know, especially now that you're going through what you're going through. So honestly, it's crazy. There are so many things on reality TV that just you can relate and you can be like, that's not true, that they shouldn't have been saying that. And I haven't heard any other person talking about what Gina's statement said, any other realtor online talking about what Gina is doing or what she did.
Yeah.
But I know that you and I had our conversations. And what else are we?
I don't know. What other show do you want to talk about? I feel like these real estate shows have really kicked off. I feel like they're so...
For years.
Now, like, they're just everywhere.
Even before I met you, which is 8 years ago, I've been a fan of those
$1 Million Listing.
$1 Million Listing and all the shows that have to do with remodeling homes and whatnot, HGTV. For me, I just love the grind. I love closing and I love seeing the ugly and the pretty. But now, there are shows about housing and real estate everywhere. They have them in New York, obviously, LA, the London one, the UK. I don't know. They have so many.
I wonder what it is about real estate shows that intrigues people. I know I love it because I love to look at beautiful homes. And now it's getting really dramatic, but that was like my main thing. I love watching that process. And I also like to pick apart when I see things that are like incorrectly said and done. However, yesterday we were watching $1 Million Listing LA, and Josh Flagg mentions that homes are sold by 1% of the realtors, right? And he's like, I don't see the 1% here. That is so true. And a lot of people don't know this. When you have broker open houses, it's not that you don't care about the rest of the 1%. Anybody can bring you a buyer. But if you have a broker's open and you don't have the top agents that sell in that area, it's very frustrating. So you want to like spoil them and make them come to your open house because you know who those agents are that are actually closing deals. You have to keep that relationship, and it's so important to keep and nurture those relationships because those are the ones that will bring you buyers. You know for sure either you're bringing the buyer or those are the agents that are going to more than likely bring you the buyers.
If you were to... Let's say you're still an agent, but you don't want to represent yourself on a big purchase. Let's say a $5 million house from $1 Million Listing LA. Who would you hire and why?
Heather.
I would
hire Heather.
You think you'll get along with her?
I do. I think I would get along with her. I think she's very smart. Huge part of the Altman Brothers' success is Heather.
100%.
She's very organized, and on the back end, I feel like she's top notch.
Well, she was running their office for the longest time before she became a partner, which is, I think is amazing.
Yeah.
You and I know how hard it is to work with family.
Yes.
Especially the brothers, they're always together, always doing everything. I love Josh. He's a shark. He doesn't play around and he is a straightforward guy. Some people hate him. Some people love him and some people stop loving him and start hating them. And that's okay. Like, I just love his energy. I know he came in hot. He was very cocky and very like trying to prove a point. But sometimes you have to do that because if not, then you feel like people are not going to respect you.
Conversing with strangers, so I don't really care doing these brokers opens, but it's a part of the job. I do them mostly to appease the sellers. And actually, I shouldn't say any of this, otherwise no one's going to ever hire me as a broker. Do you know the stats?
I do. Do you know the stats?
Yes, I do. 6 bedrooms, 8,000 plus square feet on a 20,000 square foot lot, and it's priced at the bargain $18 million, which is not great when you're trying to sell a house that's probably worth 16 on a good day. The house on Callaway Place is not bad, but it's not good. It's nice. It's a very peaceful backyard, quiet, greenery, whatnot, but this house is not brand new. I mean, the challenge is $18 million today will buy you a pretty crazy ass house.
So how are you going to sell this?
I actually want the broker's feedback. And my goal is to take the information, bring it back to the client, and show him that we are overpriced. Oh, that chair needs to go down there.
I'm trying.
Okay.
There's a dead rat.
There is?
Yeah. Can you get it?
That's gross.
Are you going to get it?
No, I'm not gonna get it. Why don't you call the owner and tell them that they have a dead rat here?
What happens if someone wants to see the pool?
Well, just don't let people go down there.
Isn't that a selling feature?
I mean, yeah, but what do you want me to do? I'm not gonna pick up the rat.
Why not?
That's disgusting.
What is this? Season 10
I don't
of
know.
the $1 Million
Oh,
Listing
I'm sure
LA?
it's more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's way more relaxed. He's a dad. He's married. He's more relaxed, but he's still a
He's
beast.
also reached another level of his career.
Yeah,
since he
he's a
started.
beast.
Anybody vote on who they would hire?
No, nothing.
Love to
Will says
know.
hi. Hi, Will.
Hi, Will.
Not yet.
Tracy's also an agent to be reckoned with. I feel like she's very strong, smart, and she obviously is in a man's industry. That's a thing. We have more women agents. Unfortunately, we're still in a situation all nationwide where even though there's more female realtors, the top 1% is highly saturated by men. We hold a very small percentage of the 1%.
Right. I see that when we go to events. It's like the majority of people are males. We do need that representation. I feel like I'm pretty sure there's statistics out there where, it shows how many women and male. But at the end of the day, I feel like we just need to put ourselves out there more. I mean, you guys, you ladies, realtors, and maybe we just had a meeting with NAREB, right? And we talked about how we need more of a male presence.
To show up and stand
And stand up and be directors and whatnot. And everybody agreed to that male usually don't want to take that kind of role in that kind of an environment. They want to support, they want to help you. They're like, yeah, if you need money, here it is. Or if you need my venue, whatever. They support, but they don't want to go and be part of it, be involved in the meetings and everything. Not every guy, obviously.
Yeah, it's a lot of work and it's charitable. So you have to come from a place of service. And that is one of the, I think, thing that hurts us as females, as women, is that if we are responsible for our household, our children, society puts us in that way where we're responsible for our loved ones. So like if today I was talking to an agent and she's very responsible for her father-in-law, right? And so we have responsibilities that many times won't be given to a man. Can you take me to the doctors? Can you go with me for chemo? Can you, like, we're that supportive role.
Yeah.
And because of that, we, like me, next week I have to go to a physical with Sophia because my youngest daughter, because she doesn't want to go on her own and she's not going to ask her dad.
Yeah.
It's just that way. So us as women get more of the supporting role, which means less time for our careers, and people look at us a certain way, even on TV. All these shows look at them. They look at us a certain way, like the Tracy or the Heather, as a supporting role to our clients, but we're much more than that. At least I know for me, I'm cutthroat when it comes to negotiations. I just opened up an escrow that they basically told me, don't even send the offer. For $10,000 less, I save my client $10,000 every day, all day. That is a negotiating masculine skill, but a lot of people unfortunately don't see it that way. So they hire men thinking men are gonna do a better job.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just underestimation,
Yes.
And that's something that it's due and owed to you ladies because you guys work your asses off to not just be respected, but also to be taken seriously. And that's a very hard job to take in any profession out there. I mean, I do it on a daily basis. Anywho.
So pop culture and entertainment, what do you got?
Okay, so I already asked you that question about that, and that was very interesting. What's one thing that you would like to see more of reality TV in general? Because I know reality TV right now is like popping. I think it's probably number one thing on TV right now, reality TV.
For me, I know a lot of people are probably not going to like this, but I like the Apprentice format.
Oh.
And I'm sure they're not going to like it because of who was the host of it. I don't necessarily mean him as a host. I'd love to have someone like Bezos on there or, someone that's huge, maybe a Latina woman that's a huge entrepreneur. But I loved the competition of The Apprentice. Do you remember that show?
I never really got into watching that show, to be honest with you, but I do remember what it was about. And I remember a few people that came out of it. Yeah, I think I agree. I would like to see more of that. But that was not reality TV, though.
Yes, it was.
That was a reality TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I
it was
wanted
more-
to be on it so bad, but I didn't even obviously try. I had a new baby at the time. But what it was, he basically was going to hire an apprentice to work for his organization in a very high caliber. So you would take these contestants, entrepreneurs that already had a name for themselves.
Yeah.
There was like a realtor, there was a broker, there was like different types of industries, restaurant owner, things of that nature, government affairs, all that. And then they put them in a competition and they basically group up and then the best person win.
Oh, I didn't
It's
know.
their real life and they're really competing for a position. I don't know. I love that. Imagine. That's so much fun.
Right? I am very intrigued about what's going to happen with Love is Blind Mexico. I've never have seen Love is Blind before. I've seen little clips. I'm not an expert on Love is Blind, but the reason why I'm watching it is because it's in Mexico and Omar Chaparro is the host. So
And
obviously,
where's Omar Chaparro from?
Chihuahua, duh, obvio.
I just figured I'd ask now.
So anyways, I know she always makes fun of me. So Love is Blind Mexico. One of the things I've noticed, and I told you this yesterday, I believe, is that the demographic difference between the Whitexicans and the non-Whitexicans.
Not the Whitexicans.
I'm telling you right now, they pick and chose every single person there. Most of them are Whitexicans. There's only one guy that is not. And that's the
And
guy
one
that
girl.
Araiz, Renee. And that's the guy.
And one girl.
And one girl?
Yeah, the one that...
The curvy model.
No. The one that has long hair that was like drunk and she was like, why are you even on the show?
Karen.
Is that her name?
Karen, that's her name.
Karen?
It's so frustrating how you still see that diversity, you know, and it shouldn't be like that. All of them have a profession. They're
You
all
mean you see
professionals.
that?
They're all like well-traveled, well-spoken, well-educated. There isn't any diversity. You only see,
Diversity.
you know, two people there are darker skin,
Yeah.
which are those two individuals. And the thing that just blew my mind was the fact that Iraiz, how she was not into Renee. And all of a sudden, when she saw herself out of the show,
They said, no, you can't go to Tulum.
okay, so you can't go to Tulum and you can't continue with the experiment. You didn't have chemistry. He's like, I do have chemistry. I actually like him very much.
Yeah.
And now they're going to get married. It's
Well,
so
they're not gonna get
crazy.
married.
I'm pretty sure they're going to get married.
I don't think they're going to get... We haven't watched it yet, so don't tell us.
But if
they're
you're not watching Love is Blind Mexico, you have to watch it. It's super juicy. It's super corny. It's rated R. We saw Chema's nalgas the other day. It was not cute.
I know.
Why did Chema allow that?
Because some of the things that people do on these situations, I personally don't think I could be on a reality show. Like sometimes I tell her I would
Bro.
love to be. It's so much fun. I forget, like I'm doing a million things at once. I will be that person that forgets that I'm on camera and says or does something. Like I get really passionate. And like the other day we're here in the office and I speak very loud and very passionately. And an agent like kind of walked up and then I thought, oh my God, he probably thinks I'm mad. I'm not mad. I just speak like I am. And I don't know why. And I've worked on it for years, but that's who I am.
Well,
I talk like this.
There has been situations where we are on camera, whatever the situation might be, and we do forget that we're on camera. So we go back to watching the video and then we say and do things. So I can only imagine. I cannot judge those people who are doing reality TV. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
Unless, no, I don't think I can do it. I don't know. I don't think so. I was telling them because we just came back from vacation and we stayed at a friend's house in Playa del Carmen. And it was 6 of us first because my nephew from Mexico was there. And then he left and it was 5 of us. And I could tell by the end of the trip, everybody was like fed up and everybody wanted to go home. And
I think the one that was fed up and wanted to go home was her.
that's not true because I asked 2 more individuals in the house and they said the same thing. They just,
No,
you miss
they
your
were
bed,
like-
you
they're
miss
like,
your
"Well,
shower.
we miss our bed. Because we only had one bathroom.
So imagine being together with people that you've never met before.
No, yeah, I can't. But with my kids, I can. Because obviously I grew up with them the last
I know, but they
26
were
years.
babies, they were kids, they were teenagers. Now they're adults. They have their own saying. They have their own thing. They have their
Not
own
when
space.
they're with me.
Exactly. That's why they wanted to go home.
No, they didn't. Call
Anyways,
him right now. FaceTime him right now.
let's just wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. We can talk about the shows forever. I love talking about those shows. We should be watching the show and then talking about it while we're watching the show. There is a show already like that on
There's a
Peacock.
show already like that.
But no, let's just do it. But it's not us. I think it will be more fun, especially if we watch something.
Okay. Comment on our podcast and let us know if that's what you want us to do.
Because I know there's some chismosos out there that love those reality shows. And you can join us and we can eat popcorn while we're watching it.
That's another thing we should talk about.
What?
Chisme or not to chisme. But that's another topic. We know so much chisme, but no somos chismosas, so we don't tell other people but ourselves. But I don't know. Is it like a good thing to be chismosa?
It depends
Or
on
is
what
it
you're
like a
gonna
bad
chisme
thing
about.
To be chismosa.
Especially if the chisme is coming right off the horse's mouth. Like if you know the chisme because you saw it, you were there and you
And see, I don't say shit. I'm just
me
like,
neither. But especially if
I'll
that
tell you though. I'm like,
but if you heard from a person that told another person and told it, trust me, whatever if you think it happened, it's already not even what it was before. So yeah, let's not. But anyways, thank you so much for being part of our podcast. I really enjoy this podcast and our live. Yeah. If you have questions, let us know. And if you have other ideas about our next podcast, we're all ears.
And remember, you have a choice. You can choose to be nice or you can choose to be an asshole. I suggest you choose to be nice because you will be so blessed.
Yes. And you'll get more of your offers accepted. I've noticed that.
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.